All right, we're live. We are live. Whoa. Sorry, I did something to um okay, I think I got everything going. All right, so welcome to my channel. Uh I was hoping I would only do a few of these videos. I wasn't expecting 2 months of this bullshit to go on. Sorry for the cursing. It may happen sometimes. Um I was looking at my content and I saw it's been a month since I last did one of these. Uh, but I've been active following the journalists, the Eye on Palestine, a bunch of accounts that have been on it with letting you know what's up. And check out the details below. I put as many links as I can about information, people who are true journalists in the truth of what's going on. That's not filtered from those who are getting checks or funding or support from, let's say, APAC, for example. If you don't know what that is, watch the rest of my videos and I will go back about it. I feel like I'm a broken record at this point. I don't know where to begin, so I'll begin with some bad, horrible, horrendous news. Yesterday, the United States vetoed the ceasefire. The United States wants to continue with the onslaught and targeting of civilians. Okay. After everything that's transpired, the people, the public, we are smart enough to find uh what's really going on. And a lot from the Israeli side is, I don't know what the word is for it, but there's a sense where they're really, really arrogant, cocky, prideful, and they're celebrating the genocide in many forms. I've seen over this time since the last video, I've seen posts from Israelis who are mocking the deaths of Palestinians. I've seen them mocking having electricity, water, food, all these things that have been deprived from the Palestinian people from the Israeli government. Is that a sign of someone who wants justice? Is that a sign of good people mocking another demographic of people and their suffering? And when bombs go off, people near the Gaza Strip and Israel set up lawn chairs as if they're watching Fourth of July fireworks, but they're enjoying the bombing of civilians. I have seen footage of teachers at school encouraging students that they are superior and enjoying the death of Palestinians. Families at home, in their homes, making home videos of songs chanting the destruction death of Gaza. We see Israeli pop singers make songs about the death and destruction of Palestinians. These things are very telling, yet the narrative from our news over here in America, news media, they are saying that Gazans just wish for the death of all Israelis, when Gazans are praying for patience. They're praying for perseverance. They're not praying for vengeance or anything like that. Uh, I think they know exactly who is killing them. There's pieces of artillery and bombs that have "Made in America," "Made in USA" on them. They can read. Where Okay, so anyways, um, the U.S. vetoed for no ceasefire. Now, this right to defend is such bullshit because you have um Gaza. It's in, and this is a broken record part. Forgive me if you've watched the channel, but if you've not, lucky you. Um, they had this wall, this prison around Gaza. Israel controls what goes in and out, and just like they control the water, electricity, and the food, and they have been bombing, targeting civilian targets. And after they've demolished a certain area, they have their soldiers go in and make these videos of finding weapons here and there. I saw one where they cut the back of a bear, and if I could find it, I'll show you later on. Where they cut the back of a stuffed animal bear, which broke really easy. It's like pre-cut, and they're finding bombs and guns inside the teddy bear in the school. Now let's pretend that's true. If it's true that there's machine guns, grenades, and stuff inside a toy, does that warrant you to take snipers and shoot nurses? Does that warrant the action of mowing down children with guns on the way out of Al Shifa Hospital? Does that warrant dropping bunker bombs on civilian targets, destroying their homes and leaving kids and people in rubble and destroying lives? These things don't add up. Like, even if these things are true, it doesn't make sense why to go to such lengths. We're looking at I mean, last time I saw death toll, it was like 8,000 children dead. 8,000 children dead and counting. A few weeks ago, I saw, and this is from CNN actually, a man with his son with a white flag walking down the street past soldiers, Israeli soldiers. They shoot the son dead and leave the man crying on the side. A lady walking past with a child in arms, her son crying. Crying was annoying. They shot the son, told the lady to discard the body on the side of the road and keep walking. Otherwise, they would shoot her. I've seen Israeli soldiers riding bikes that used to belong to children in the rubble. Oh, and this one Israeli soldier in a department store or like some grocer or whatever, just wrecking the place, making jokes and just destroying it like a rioter and making some kind of funny video, and the guy behind the camera is laughing. Are these acts of someone of a nation that's standing there for good? Also, a lot of the soldiers there have come from the US, UK, and other places. That's not really legal. I see like the settlers situation. You could have someone from America say, "Oh, I'm Jewish. I want to go there to increase the Jewish population," and they get to go there. They get to be armed, and they get to bully and steal from any Palestinian they want. They get to harass them too. Um, that's been going on for a while. U.S. revoked some visas for people to do that. That's something. But Biden is for no ceasefire. Speaking of Biden, yesterday I was at a protest in Los Angeles, and uh, it was something. We were where Biden was having a dinner party of fundraiser for his running for next year. And here we are protesting in front of him, letting him know our voices. Didn't see him though. We saw a bunch of police, and I'll show you the pictures too. Police with they didn't have vests, but they did have batons, and they did have the helmets with the visors, like riot gear. or riot control gear, whatever you call it, and looked like they were ready, but I didn't see anything going crazy. No, but the sight to see right in front of you, it's like the opening of Zack Snyder's Watchmen, where they have the peace protester people who look like they're going to a Led Zeppelin concert, and the soldiers have their guns pointed at them. It wasn't that extreme, but that that was in front of us. And it's funny how whenever there's like any protest for people of color, this country has the SWAT team in front, or the cops, the soldiers, whatever, a line in front of the people. But if it's a white supremacist group, uh, they get let in and storm like some governmental buildings, no problem. And they don't get those soldiers in front of them. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's tied to the same question as like, why is the KKK not labeled as a terrorist group? Because they're protected. And I'll get into some of that too in a little bit too. Um, so we had a good protest, and then we walked down Wilshire. All of this was like a parade. Um, uh, this organization that puts these protests together. Oh, sorry, it's like 12:08 right now. I just really have to get this out, and I'll do more of these because I am putting more content out, and I do want to keep talking about Gaza. And the threat of my channels is on the line. I've had so many strikes and warnings. I'll get into that too. But we went down Wilshire Boulevard in our parade, our chants, and it was amazing. It was great. A lot of people were driving by, honking, going honking in rhythm, like da da da, whatever, and it was great. Um, and there's a rich part of you know this is like Beverly Hills area where a lot of Naziayas is in it. You know who I'm talking about. Apparently, it's racist to say anything about it. It's like, okay, so they'll protect Zionists, but they'll allow KKK to not be terrorists. There's a lot of backwards stuff going on with this country, and it's been going on for a while. And it's never until something really heinous and disgusting happens, shocking, traumatic, terrorizing, that happens, that wakes people up. Because I've been listening to some songs and catching up, and there's a lot of people saying stop genocide 5 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 years ago. I was a sleeping, ignorant dummy like many Americans, but we're conditioned to be that way based on the entertainment. News media is entertainment. That stuff makes money off of commercial revenue. That's not news. It never is. It's news themed, but what they do is just a bunch of opinions just to get you staying on their channel for a certain amount of time, a certain prime time hour to see all the commercials. And also, bonus, if they can get you thinking a certain way, then they win. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to be our own journalists. But anyways, we were marching last night for a long time. A great time too. Even towards the end, there were like some drums, and I felt like dancing. So it was cool. Um, but you get emotional sometimes because you hear in everyone's voice from bottom of their soul, they're screaming, they're chanting, uh everything with like free Palestine, stop the genocide, all these things that are very important that we're trying to do to save lives and stop this madness. Freedom of people is what we're talking about. We're not cheering and chanting for death of others. No, no, just freedom. Leave people alone. Stop killing them. Stop trying to take their land. Because if this is a right to defend, why are you attacking all the civilians? Why are you, after attacking the civilians, why are you demolishing their homes, flattening the land, making it ready to build stuff? Then you got Elon Musk, uh, who is a bitch and a pussy, by the way. Sorry for the, I didn't mean to go like gender offensive there. Um, uh, but he's a coward and an ignorant little fool. He was going there to do landscaping, I bet, you know? And I mentioned stuff like this earlier in my other videos that, there's a lot of valuable gas right there. Then if they could expand more land to make more Israel, that's what America wants. Our American government. The American people don't want that. Some do because they're fools, and some know the whole better thing, but they also crave that power. All right. So our United States government is guilty. We are the bad guys. We are the evil empire. Not us, the people, but the government. And we got to stop that. We got to remind this government it's supposed to be for the people and it's supposed to be for justice. But yeah, that's why we're protesting a lot of things because we are not free if other people in the world are not free. No one is free until everybody's free. I understand that and I believe it, and I'm fighting for it now. Um, so last night, I only got some ugly stares, but when walking back to our vehicles, a car drove by, and guy, this kid in the passenger side, which is hilarious, by the way. This kid in the passenger side, I'll say kid because he seemed young. Maybe like he's going to college or something, or maybe high school and senior. Um, but he yelled out because he saw us because I have the keffiyeh on and I'm with my friends and I consider like family. He yells out, "Palestine doesn't exist." Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. No one no one's read the Bible before it was rewritten and rewritten and rewritten. There's an yeah, I'll save that for another video. Woo, so much to going. I gotta do more of these, so I'm not just trying to play catch up all the time. But I've heard stuff like that before, like the Snyder Cut doesn't exist, and I don't know if that's a good example, but that's something I knew happened that we proved wrong as a bunch of people banding together. But like I said before, that one was for entertainment value, artistic integrity, and no one's lives are on the line. We're talking about like 2,000 people. 20,000 dead or something like that. I have to look at the numbers. It's just horrible. So then that was yesterday. Today we protested in front of Disney, and it's the same story. There's all these companies that support and fund and this genocide. Now it's not a war. Some people call it a war because it has all the elements to look like a war, but when you're bombing and attacking civilians in areas where there's even no military force, it's telling. It's very telling and it's disgusting. And the fact that they're targeting um, people who help, they're targeting journalists, they're targeting the children. You cannot get around that fact. And because if you kill the children, you kill the future. If you kill the help, you kill their ability to survive. No, there's not a lot of people to help them medically. Uh, and diseases are spreading rampant right now. It's not a clean place, not a safe place. And the reality of it is horrifying. I like cry once a day at some point when I'm revisiting this, catching up, hoping that journalists aren't killed, hoping Motaz isn't killed. Motaz Azaiza is amazing. He is a real life Superman and Clark Kent in one. We need more of him. I wish everyone had the heart like him, courage. Check out links to him is on my channel. He and other journalists have been helping the world see what's going on, and that's how we're going to do change, awareness. So the protest today was good, but it's in Disneyland, Orange County. Now here's the thing about Anaheim. It was founded by the KKK, And you could look at this stuff up, or you could just say, "Oh, Kojay, you're full of shit," whatever. I don't care. You look up the homework. You're supposed to do your own homework anyways, and or just let everybody tell you what to think and be a stooge and be a sheep and let your ignorance kill other people. Um, so Anaheim is founded by the KKK. I think they have control over the Orange County Register or influence, or someone does. Uh, Someone I knew was writing an article about one of my friends who was killed, and it was written off that he was just hit by a train or something like that, and there was no investigation by local authorities. So this friend wrote a really good article questioning what happened, hopefully get people talking and rising. But the editor said, "No, we're not going to run it. No one cares about a black guy who's killed." It was something like that. And when you hear stuff like that, you're taken back a bit, and you're wondering what era and time in the world you live in. Is there really justice, or are these things that we thought was behind us are still present? So another thing, Orange County, especially Yorba Linda, there's a lot of Islamophobia. There's a lot of prejudice, and you see it. I see it because I have that face where people think I look something else. And even when I go to European countries that are predominantly Caucasian, a lot of them assume I'm Middle Eastern and all that. And which is not an insult, it's just not who I am. But I can see how they feel about that person and how they treat me and look at me when they do think that way. And I have this. My sister made a bunch of beanies for me, but my head is so huge, right? So it goes around my head, doesn't cover the ears, it just goes over the ears and behind it. And the white one makes me look super Muslim, which is not bad. That's not an insult, but again, I see how people react when they think I am. I feel the treatment. I hear the words, and it is very, very telling. So, having a protest at Disney, and so what happened? The cops blocked the road, because these people get permission for a certain period of time to go a certain around a block or whatever. But we just did a U-turn, barely just on one block. I was surprised we didn't get to go further, but there's this one block right there, and then all the other blocks around here, the police blocked off, like probably, I want to say, like 4 to 5 blocks down. So there's no traffic. No one's even seen what we're doing except a few people coming in and out of Disneyland Park. And there's just some rude comments and shaking the head. I think some white lady spat at like one of us, and I don't know. It's like whatever. Um, I don't understand why people protesting for freedom and to stop killing children offends someone else. That's telling as well. So we did this protest, and it was really nice and peaceful and good. Uh, there were songs, there were speeches. It was very, very beautiful. I'm looking to go to more and document as much of it as possible. And I'll post most of that on my channel so you can see it as soon as I can. I'm just barely home with work and everything going on, but I'm trying to keep up to it and help out. Another thing I didn't like though. So when you're at the protest, you see these people around you, and you could tell in their passion and how their conduct and how they say hello to you and all that, that they're there for the same reasons. You have the same love. It's almost the protests I go to for Palestine. I felt the same amount of community and love as I felt when I go to church, and I felt the presence of God here at the protest as I do in church. So I really know I'm doing the right thing. And the animosity and ignorance thrown back at us tells me I'm on the right side. Because if you are on the right side, you wouldn't respond in any other way other than defense. And So what I was saying is, when I was at the protest looking at all the people around, I saw this one dude. He seemed Caucasian, but he seemed sketchy. Everything was black, ski mask type of look. You only saw his eyes. Easy to blend in because with everyone wearing the keffiyeh and certain ways you could wear it, you do have this covering over your mouth and forehead, and just your eyes are showing. But this person had no. It was jet black. Everything was black. There was a pouch that was a little med kit. It's probably like about this big, and he had a backpack, and he had this cold look in his eyes, just looking at everybody, just staying on the side. I was just made note of this guy. I was like, what is this? Now I remember in a lot of the riots that happened, like, was it 2 years ago, with Black Lives Matter? There was reports and footage of someone. Yo, Daniel Martin. I'm at this late hour. This is the after hour club or whatever. And yo, Daniel Martin, thank you for swinging by, brother. I'm doing well. Just letting you know what's going. I'm well. I hope you're well too. Thanks for swinging by. I appreciate the love and support. Hope you're all right. Um, enjoy the show. So I was looking at this guy, and I was reminded of some of the cops and undercover people who were at the riots for Black Lives Matter back when that was heating up. And you saw that these guys were harassing other people or causing damage, breaking things, just to. It's like a frame job. It's like they go there to do some damage to make the protesters look worse than they are. And all the protesters, um, the people who organized it, they had a lot of people with like these vests that you wear, like if you're doing construction or if you're pushing carts at Target, which is one of the jobs I used to do. And they were saying, no, don't be rough on the fence, let's be peaceful, don't. And I was like, oh yeah, keeping everyone in check. So I saw there was some graffiti like free Gaza, free Palestine, and everyone was saying, no, do not do that, do not be destructive. We have to be respectful. We can be vocal as hell, but never be violent and disrespectful. So that person went against the guidelines of the protest, but with spray painting, all those things in our cause makes us look bad. And I think that's on purpose. That dude was a plant. And he was very sketchy, nothing cheering. He was just on the side, staying out of sight. But I noticed him because sometimes when I'm in these protests, I'm looking at all these people, and I'm looking for who's trying to hurt some of us, because some people do. There'll be a surprise. There'll be a saboteur of the thing, and I don't like that. I'm not for that. And I remembered those saboteurs. One was a cop that was found, and who just wanted to make it look bad. Or some people really want to do some damage and destructive juvenile shit, and they follow some kind of group of people, like a protest, and they just use it as an excuse so they can do some like uh what's that movie called? Shoot. I'm forgetting. Is I think Kevin Bacon was in the first one. It was oh shit, I forget. It's when they the rule in the country was like one night, no, all crimes are forgiven. You could just do whatever you want. Oh, I forgot what that movie's called. I had a bunch of sequels. But anyways, some people crave just an excuse to do bad things. Like even one of the military leaders who was appointed a new position in Israel, he I think in 2014 or whatever, I'll look up his name later, but he was some rabbi military leader who said that it's okay to rape Palestinian women to increase morale of their armies. Now, you shouldn't have to reward someone with doing a crime and being pardoned and free of punishment of a crime. To do a crime should never be a good thing. I don't see how that's a reward system. That's disgusting. But some people crave an excuse to do vandalism and harm people. and they'll chase after that. So you got to be on lookout for them. Even a lot of people called that person just like, "Hey, don't do that." Da da da. So I saw this guy, and I want to keep an eye out for him next time. And I'll get up in his face if I have to. So that was one thing I saw, but the majority of what I saw is a huge community of people screaming out to save other people, screaming out for love, screaming out for freedom, because there's a lot of injustice going on, and it's disgusting, and it's blatant, and it's out there. You even hear Biden when he's questioned, he's like, yeah, so yeah, we're trying to do everything we can, reduce the amount of civilians." And it's like the civilians are the fucking targets. What the hell? Dang, I'm cursing you. So that's uh, here comment. Keep preaching the good word, my bro. Hey, thank you, man. I'm trying. Uh, I'm trying, and because I'm trying, the next thing I want to get into is your boy Kojay is getting really restricted. So I share a lot of stuff on Instagram because a lot of these journalists I see are on Instagram, like Motaz. I'm a big fan of Motaz, and uh, I've heard some people call me a leader in the Snarka movement. It's flattering, but I never saw that as it. I just like a soldier for art, trying to help, a team player. Uh, I don't want like, nah, I don't want that stuff. So, but if there's I am like just one of the people fighting for freedom. And if there is a leader, though, I do know it's like the British hip hop artist Lowkey. If I would say anyone's a leader of anything I'm doing, I would say he's definitely one of them. And Claire, she's great too. All their links are down below. Check it out. But since I've been vocalizing and sharing stuff, my traffic has been low. I've been hitting more restrictions and complications, like for example on Twitter, uh, by the coward Elon Musk. I was updating my you know how you can update your name and put like a hashtag or a statement or emojis. So I did the emoji for the Palestinian flag, and then I got ding, an alert. It's like, confirm you're not a robot, and then you're good. So I did that. It's like, that's weird. So then I switched to something else, like the yin yang sign or a heart, and then no problem. Switched it to like the emoji for sushi because I love sushi and tacos. Um, I switched it there, no problem. Then I switched it back to the Palestinian flag. Ding! Are you a bot? I was like, whoa, something going on here. You know what I'm saying? Now, on Instagram, and I posted. You can check out my Instagram. I loved Instagram. I love Instagram because I feel it's a good outlet for creativity for video makers and all that. And you could write as much as you want. You could share memes. I like it. I like Instagram a lot, but the owner is Israeli, I think, and political. So I've been hit with strikes when I'm just sharing content that was uh, passed and cleared as okay by other people, because the whole idea of this is to spread the word. This rumbling of awareness is growing. The Antifada, that's what that's about. Um, because the people are the journalists. We're on it, and that's how these people are getting exposed. That's how these dirty governments are being exposed. Because if this shit happened in the '90s, which it has, no one would know. No one would care. All these people would be losing their lives. And then you wonder why people in the Middle East hate America. It's because it's not because of our freedom. It's not because of our religion. It's not because of, um, you know, the pursuit of happiness or anything you could think about. It's about what our government leaders have done in killing people in their home. Prefer before, if you would talk to me back then, I was like, how dare you, America's the greatest country. Now I'm like, uh yeah, makes sense. Now I'm just apologetic, and I'm trying to as an American, to do the best to protect America, I think Americans like me and you, we have a responsibility to make this country the greatest country in the world, and we have to do that change with us. We shouldn't be killing other people to expand the government's profit. We need to make sure we do stand for justice and we're not the villains. We got to make sure that our soldiers, our military is there to protect us and serve justice, but not genocide, not conquering other people through laws and violence and bombs and artillery and power. It's disgusting. We should not be doing that. We have a lot of room for greatness, and we do a lot of good. It's just when this country does bad, it's bloody, it's violent, it's disgusting, and it's still enforced. Like I was talking about the KKK, they are in power. They have um, there's this place in Orange County called the Orange Circle. It's close to my work, and uh, I haven't heard of a recent one, but the ones I heard were from 2018, before the pandemic, and before the KKK would have rallies of white power and all their stuff, and the police are there to protect them, make sure no one's by, make sure there's no witnesses and this and that. But some go by and take pictures like, whoa, what the hell? Is this 100 years ago? What's going on? And then the locals who are brave enough to talk about it, that's how we hear about it. Doesn't hit the news because they're protected. So you have the country protecting a terrorist organization and then labeling civilians being killed as terrorists while funding an apartheid state. And it's disgustingly shocking and but not surprising that this country vetoes a ceasefire. This is horrible, man. This is horrible. So that's the kind of stuff I'm sharing and keep the rhythm going for Instagram. But I've been restricted, saying that you gotta stop doing this or your account will be deleted. At one point I couldn't comment or reply to people. One of my buddies on Instagram, he said, well, just don't tag the person's name and you still reply. That worked for a bit. Then I couldn't reply at all. I couldn't even reply to my own posts. So either someone's reporting me or they have it reported, but a lot of this stuff happens before anyone can see it too. And my traffic is decreased as well. But that's not going to stop me. Because if I was doing this, I mean, I would like a following. I would love to do YouTube and make content for y'all and make a living doing that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And I believe that day will come, because I'm not giving up. But if it doesn't, at least I have this place of creativity I could voice and give you guys the best entertainment I can make. I'm working on a movie I've been working on since 2016, as old as BBS. So I got a lot of cool stuff in store for y'all. And I believe my work will speak for itself, and that's good enough for me. I'm not chasing for numbers and all that. And otherwise, if I was chasing for numbers, I probably would shy away from voicing for Palestine for all this stuff that's going on. Now I can't even follow people. I met a beautiful girl at the protest last night, and we clicked, we connected, and I was like, oh, cool. Because there's nothing great of this is why people like this is why it's nice to meet someone you want to like date and get to know and maybe build a relationship with in like college or like at church, because you have a stronger idea that most likely these people's values or this person's value you're interested in is with yours. And like a passion, like rock climbing or something, or hiking, or like arts and crafts, whatever, or going to sports or in the gym. There's some passion there that aligns with that you can connect with and you can build a relationship off of, which is nice. Other than the bar going like, so you're cute. What kind of music do you like? You don't have to worry about that shit. So, the cool thing is, she's very beautiful and like-minded and like-hearted. That's not a word, like-hearted, but it's something I would think about. That's along those same realms. But she followed me, but I couldn't follow her. I was like, what? So even one of my friends, my mentors from college, I love her like a mother of my own, and like a mother to me, and I couldn't follow her back. So now Instagram says I can't follow people. And then one of my other friends, who's very passionate about this situation, and she's for Free Palestine, Instagram stopped her from messaging people. She can't DM at all. So another thing is with YouTube, Joe Biden, Genocide Joe, he made a statement that he doesn't believe the numbers of the death toll of the Palestinians because he doesn't trust the Palestinians research or whatever like that. He made that statement, and I was livid. And I found evidence that there is a huge death toll, and so I made a video with his speech and providing the numbers. And before that could go live, it got deleted. I got penalized. I had to watch or go through this video of what you're not supposed to do and all that. And then my channel is in the warning bin. So if I get another strike like that, I can't stream or post anything for a week. And if I get it again or something like that, they're going to delete my account, my whole page and all that. Now, I've been a part of some other conspiracy channels, podcasts or episodes or shows, and we said some crazy stuff, crazy theories and all that. And to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna get in trouble? Are people gonna think we're crazy? I don't know. But this past 2 months, when I've been talking about freedom for people, killing children is wrong, genocide is wrong, war crimes are wrong, all of a sudden I'm in trouble. Again, more things that are telling. And when it's like V for Vendetta. When you realize something's wrong and then you stand up and then you see the aggression, when you do stand up for what's right, you really realize that there is a fine line between good and bad. And then in the middle, this thin line is the ignorant people. And it's ignorant because they want it to be ignorant. They spend a lot of money to make you either ignorantly hate people through Islamophobia or whatever they want to fill it in, or they want you to just buy whatever they want, like the lie of 40 beheaded babies, which is found out to not be true. And when it was found out to not be true, the news media still promoted it. So they're investing a lot of money, APAC or the Israeli government or the Zionist groups and movements, and they have a lot of influence in entertainment and politics. So those are two deadly weapons because you have the politicians who are vetoing stuff, making things go, and they get a great paycheck from APAC, paycheck that could like fund a movie. Um, and when you have influence in the entertainment industry, and when I say entertainment industry, it was like Hollywood. No, entertainment industry is everything that makes money off of commercial revenue. So movies, television, music, your news. News makes money off of commercial revenue, and it's considered entertainment. And a lot of their corporate offices are here in California. And there's a bunch of other entertainment stuff. So, the bigger the studio, the most likely they have dirty in it. Look at Disney, and even like Starbucks and all these other companies that make a lot of stuff that become household names. All that money, all that power gets into controlling a narrative so people can get away with it. So we're obsessed with like, I just want to care about what Jada Pinkett Smith thinks about the slap still or whatever, or all these distractions of material items. And I can't help but think you know, our holy books were super accurate. Why materialism is bad? Because it robs us of the importance of humanity. Because then if you buy things, if you invest in just entertaining yourself or get numb to what's going on around the world because all you care about is these material things and having a good time, uh, you're not going to have any compassion for what really matters. And I see how that, and you have to lie to do it. All the propaganda out there keeps you in line to where they want you to be. And by doing that, you're ignorant to doing the right thing. And I'll save that for another show because that's huge. And so they have power and control over that, and that's how they control you and me, or they try to. So all they care about is if they can get away with it, and they're trying to do it. That's why I think they're moving so fast, because I do think they're smart. I do think that they know how smart the people are, which is why they have to move so fast. I believe from everything that's gone down in this last 2 months, all they're doing is telling you what they believe, or they want you to believe, or they want you to believe that they believe that this is right to defense. It's like it's not even an answer to how bad things are going and how wrong things are handled. It's just a slogan, right to defense. That's not an answer. That's a slogan. Uh like let's say Avengers, they have a thing from the movie where heroes combine or heroes united or something like that. You know, that's a slogan. That's not an answer. And I've heard that used as an excuse. Human shields is another excuse where before October 7th, there's footage and articles and reports and eyewitnesses about IDF soldiers holding a young Palestinian boy blindfolded with a gun to his head in some aggressive situation to get an advantage over that situation. Another one with a woman on her knees, hands tied behind her back, blindfold on, a gun to her head, and they're telling some people to get out or they'll shoot her. That's a human shield. This excuse of like bombing civilians and just saying, oh, they're human shields. That's lazy, fucked up, and wrong. But it's okay according to this United States government. And the fact that October 7th, there was only one, maybe two kids who were killed, which is wrong. People were hurt. There was a fight, but also Israelis were killed by their own IDF, their own military forces, the Apache helicopters. The footage came out when, in the night vision, where everything's all green. You hear them guys saying, "Oh no, that's our own people. We'll just say Hamas did it." Wow, that was recorded and out there. So it makes me wonder. This whole thing is a stage, because then when Elon Musk, when that fool went over there, looking at was a little crib, and there's a bullet shell with the bullet in it, and broken pieces of a strap that holds a bullet, an empty crib, and they go, "Look at how horrible this is." Oh wow! And then Elon Musk is now saying that all our protests are pro-terrorists and Hamas supporters, and that we should kill murderous people. And it's pretty much painting an ugly picture that Palestinians are all like these bloodthirsty savages, like they're orcs in Lord of the Rings or something, born from the ground, only meant to kill people, which is super racist and wrong. I don't care how much money that guy has and how much power. That is wrong. This is not a good guy at all. He doesn't care what I think. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. He has all the money to get away with whatever he says, and he's making more money too. Now that he's in league with the terrorist state of Israel. So yeah, I just want to fuck up with the transcript just in case people want to get me busted for some ignorant thing that they say is racist or something, which it isn't. It's funny. It's like I'm reminded of, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm making a reference to Star Wars Episode 1, but how Darth Sidious is like talking to the Trade Federation. He's like, I will make it legal. That's happening right now. And you know that movie James Cameron's Avatar, how they see home tree and then they look at all the deposit of that blue mineral that they're looking for that could power a city, and they're like, oh, we got to destroy the home tree and get that. And they already had their bulldozers in mind. They just had to kill all the people. That Take that image. If you don't understand what's going on with Israel and Palestine, that is what Israel's doing to Palestine. The humans did to the Navi. So this is all blatant truth. So really, at this point, after 2 months of all this information out there, if you are still against the Palestinians, it's either one of a couple things. It's either one, you're ignorant and you just spoon fed whatever told you, and you have no time for figuring out what's going on, or you do know what's going on and you hate them anyways, or you've bought into whatever story is saying, oh, this is just a war is ugly, I don't care, and whatever. And then you're all excited for Christmas, not knowing that Christmas started in Palestine, not knowing that Jesus is a Palestinian. Jesus was a man of color. He wasn't white, blue-eyed, and blonde hair. No, no, no. That was propaganda. That was the Pope telling Leonardo da Vinci to stop painting Jesus and Mother Mary as black or people of color, to make them white. The Pope at the time telling Leonardo da Vinci to now taking God's name in vain, or I think is manipulating anything of holiness to some societal political advantage. And there's another evil there gone down that's been going on for a while. And then you have people worshiping what's good but not behaving like it. Now, this pastor, Rick Warren, who wrote The Purpose Driven Light, beautiful book. I recommend it. He was retiring and last year. So he had his like last 3 services. And I really want to make sure to go to all 3. I couldn't make the middle one. My girlfriend and I at the time, we had other plans. I think she had to go to a different church that she was working on something for Bible study afterwards. And then I think I went to Zoe or something that day. But we saw the first part of the last trilogy of his last services. And then I went to his last one. And I was really interested. Okay, this is this pastor's final service of being a pastor. So I was really, really interested on what he had to say, because this is the last time. So usually if you have a last run or a last match in pro wrestling or anything that's your final one, you really want to make sure you put your heart out with everything you wanted to say and not have it end with like, oh, I want to say more and all that. But I think he has his own radio show and he could write another book. But there's certain things you can't do as strong on certain platforms as you do others or something like that. So his final powerful message that he said he believes what God wants us to do is that when you walk down the street and you see a man bleeding and hurt, you do not go up to that person and say, what did you do to deserve this? And you do not go up to that person and say, are you here legally? He said, you help that man. That's God's will. You help that person. And that stuck with me. And that was eye-opening. Because I see a lot of people like, oh, you're not my faith, so I don't need to care about you that much. Oh, so-and-so says you're a terrorist religion or society. I'm not going to care about you. And then that's the dehumanization. And I think dehumanization entertains the devil. Now, if you are not religious or don't believe any of this stuff, you might be atheistic or agnostic or whatever, If you don't believe all that stuff, you still don't need faith to understand logically it's bad to hurt people. It's bad to take abuse of pleasure on abusing people. It's bad to ignore people in pain. It doesn't take faith or rocket science to figure that out. It takes humanity. And I'm seeing a lot of lack of humanity. And I'm seeing a lot of people who are monsters. It's to the point, honestly, after everything that's gone on, after everything that's available for you to figure out the truth of what's really going on at this point, 2 months, 2 months and 75 years, if you at this point do not sympathize with Palestine crying to be free, honestly, it's not an opinion. You are wrong. And if you're cheering it, you're not just wrong, you're evil. And we're not going to the same place when we die. That's not a hot take. That's the fact. God is my witness. And that's just the way it is. I really mean that to the point where I have no idea what I was going to say now. As I said before, we all really have to be our own journalists. And the truth is there and it's available. And yeah. So let's end the show with a little bit of show and tell. I do got to be up in the morning to do another series I'm looking forward to with Super Sentai and the Bat Channel. And you'll know my channel is always in solidarity with Palestine. Now that I know the truth, and I hope you do too. Um, the best if you want to help, best thing to do is keep talking about it. Awareness. So hopefully everyone will be able to call out these people who have APAC money in their pocket. Uh, the the Republican and Democratic Party being separate is true, but they all are under one umbrella of Israel and APAC and this Zionist movement. And that's just a fact. So let's share with you guys. Oops, wrong thing. Now I hope the sharing works here. I'm getting a new computer because a lot of things are kind of weird with this one. But let me show you some stuff that's available on my channel, and I will post these all separately as well on my channel. Pardon me. And we'll see what's good. I hope you're well and your families are well. And everyone's doing good. Oh, video got corrupted. What the hell? I gotta figure that out. All right, this is I'm gonna share with you now is from yesterday. While we are getting together for President Biden's Genocide Joe's arrival, and hope you enjoy it. I'll be here too. I'm not gonna lie. And hey, there it goes. How come I'm all tiny? What? What? Do I like it this way? What? Now it's gone. I guess that works. Well, I'm also teeny tiny. Now I'm down here. Oh, now it's just that. I guess let's try it this way. This this was a live. This was a live I did. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear me, but I'm with my teacher from college days. My ballet teacher. So yeah, that was yesterday. Wow. Uh Good thing I caught that mic being mute. Um Looking at it, I just remember how it was going, how it went. I gotta make sure what's going on with that video, why it's not working. I know a way to fix it. So I'll show you some clips for today, and we'll call it an episode of the series. I hope I don't have to do more. I hope there's some miracle tomorrow that Palestine is free and there's a ceasefire now and forever. A lot of people are like, how could God allow such atrocities? How could God allow disasters and kill people? How could God allow criminals to get away with it? Um, and I also wonder, how could people pray to God to like win the lotto or get money or get what they want or a materialistic item? I don't think God works like that. This life is temporary. See, we have this free will, we have this power to make decisions, and there's repercussions for all actions, but we're capable of doing anything. The thing is, what is the purpose is, I feel like everything's a test, and because we have this free will, we are at the gifts, the mercy, the curse, the torment of other people's free will, be it good or bad. We will feel that, and that is because of us. And that is why it's so important that we should always aim and strive to do the right thing. Throw all these superhero stuff away. Because even with that, there's restrictions, and I should say that for another topic. But I remember some conspiracy. I've known a lot of conspiracy theorists throughout my life, uh, ever since college up until now. Um, but a lot of them always talked about this new world order. Who is the new world order? The new world order is gonna da. Nah, the new world order is follow APAC and see what's going down, and who's in control of that narrative to let that slip and slide out. And I believe there's a new Captain America movie with an Israeli villain or hero. I don't know. I can't tell. And I think that thing is called New World Order. And it's funny. There's some things that are used as I think only Tupac was calling it right when he had like kill Illuminati. But there's some factions at play, and you're seeing their hand in action right now, and it's very telling and obvious who they are. It was just people are in denial. But we as people really have to help each other understand what's really going on and make the right decisions if we're going to make anything better, because any society that or group that thrives off of power, that's built off the blood and sucks the humanity out of people to maintain power, that's evil. And we all need to be there for each other, find God, find a faith that establishes that strength of humanity, because that's our heartbeat. That's what makes us live happy and joyful, and that's everything. That's everything. Let's share some more with you. Mm-hmm. This might be short. I don't know. Oh, I got to reshare now. Oh, it's a new page. What? I have to do it every time? Man, it's all good. I'm getting better at this. Yep. Now, there was. All right. It's going on longer than I always planned. I do want to leave on something. Oh, wait. I got to show you this picture of the Policia de Popo. Oh, Lord. From last night. Let's see. Do I have a good picture of him? Because my battery is. I didn't realize how long the whole thing would go. Maybe a video would be better. Oh yeah, this would be better. Ooh, I think I shot this one in 4K. Mm-hmm. I'll make a video where I put these all together. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe Monday, I could have it out. We'll see. I missed my face, by the way, as in my mask. I'm putting it back on when this government stops killing children. I'm getting better at this. That was way quicker. That was just a little clip that I could find right now on the spot. And now, what you heard earlier at the Disneyland protest was a 10-year-old chanting it out, and I believe that same 10-year-old sang a song that was really beautiful. Let's see. I think it's this one. Oh, I hope I didn't lose it. Dang, everyone's going really hard on Disney, which is good. Oh man, did I not get it? This is wrong. Hopefully it's this one. I do have it. All right. She sang a beautiful song. I'm going to leave it on this. I hope you could check the channels below, the links below, I should say, and channels. Educate yourself, catch up on everything's available for you. This is all history. This is all things that have been put together for like decades, documentaries and stuff, because this is a long issue, and it just the most violent and bloodiest in the last 2 months has awakened a lot of people to say something, but it's not enough. It's not enough awakening. This is this atrocities shouldn't have to go, and people have like a side in it. There's good and bad, but I understand the people have controlled the media, and there's so much that people think that that they that there's already a prejudice in mind, a stigma towards other human beings. and there's a fabrication of what's really going on that people are bought into. And um, when some people close to me, or if this discussion comes up and I can show them a video or clip or picture of a child, and they're like, "Oh, she's killed." I'm like, "Yeah, she was killed." And they're like, "No, don't tell me that. I don't want to see any of it. Don't know." That's a sign that's telling me of choosing to be ignorant. And I understand things are hard to see, but some things you have to see in order to have empathy of what people are going through. So you know what's wrong, to not encourage or go for or side with or take part in, even passively, to continue such death and destruction to innocent people, to children. Come on. One child's life is too many. And one side is one group, one state is responsible for 8,000, maybe 9,000 kids dead in 6 months. I can't believe we have to talk about this to know what's wrong and right. So I'll end it out in this song right here. It's beautiful. I don't like the littering of balloons. I'll let that be known. But this is powerful, and I love you all. Uh I've been reading the Quran recently just to understand people more, and I'm shocked at what I've heard people say it's about, to find out it's not. There's a lot of love in it. It is written in a time that was a little bit more misogynistic, I can say that, but there's a lot of beauty, a lot of truth, and a lot of power and wisdom in it. And I'm only like 5 chapters in, or as they say, surahs. And I believe in reading this, I have to really understand it. I quit eating pork. Well, I'm on a pescatarian diet. I don't really eat meat except on a cheat day. My cheat days, I eat meat, and I have like 2 or 3 cheat days a week. So it's not much of a diet, but I'm not eating pork, and I'm enjoying reading this book, and I've this whole situation going on with the genocide has been opening my heart and mind to a greater purpose, and I'm feeling God closer than anything. And I feel it when I'm out there protesting with the Palestinian people and people who are not Palestinian who feel the cause. Is you don't have to be the same faith, you don't have to be the same ethnicity, you don't have to be the same nationality to feel for other people. I have There's Jewish people there, there's Christian people there, there's Muslim people there, there's atheists there, there's agnostic people there, and it's beautiful. And when I see that and I see the animosity towards us, there's no gray area. You know what's right and wrong. So I hope you do too. So I'll end it on this song that was sung today beautifully, and I wish you well. Thanks for coming to my channel, and do help me out in any way you can by checking out the links below. Check out the charity below, and find the truth and talk about it. Do something. Join us in the protest. Let's make a change happen. Let's save lives. This is too much. And this is in the land where Christianity was born. And this is the holiday of Christmas upon us. And I don't feel like it's right. The churches in Bethlehem, are in solidarity with Palestine. That doesn't tell you everything you need to know. After everything I talked about and went over what I feel briefly, if it's been an hour and 21 minutes, then I don't know what to tell you. Find a soul, find your heart again. And we'll leave it here.
our cup, not knowing whether we're dead or alive. Play with the tanks and the planes, the ravaging fiery flames. Nothing remains, just a voice rising up in the smoky haze. We will not go down in the night without a fight. You can burn up our mosques and our homes and our schools, but our spirit will never die. We will not go down Gaza tonight. Murdered and massacred night after night. While the so-called leaders, countries afar, debated on whose wrong or right. Their powerless words were in vain. The bombs fell down like acid rain. But through the tears and the blood and pain, can still hear that voice through the smoky haze. We will not go down through the night without a fight. You can burn up our churches, our homes, and our schools, but our spirit will never die. We will not go down Gaza tonight. We will not go down the night without a fight. You can burn up our mosques and our homes and our schools, but our spirit will never die. We will not go down Gaza tonight. We will not